But yeah, no. So a few weeks ago, I watched the JoJo event.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. Where part 6 was announced, which is great. Which is why everyone watched it, because they were like, will part 6 get announced? Who knows?
Man, imagine if they didn't announce part 6 after all that.
I think people would have been very sad. I should probably explain. If you're not a JoJo fan, don't worry, you don't need to explain. Basically, there was a whole event around JoJo. They didn't say they were going to announce the new anime adaptation, but everyone was like, they said it's the biggest event in JoJo history, so I think they're going to announce it. Otherwise, I don't think this is the biggest event.
Do they normally do JoJo events just randomly out the blue?
I've never heard of one.
Well, this has been planned for a very long time, apparently, actually.
Right.
A year ago, I think, actually.
Have they done one before this?
I feel like they have. But then if you go to YouTube and you type in JoJo live on TV, they constantly get the voice actors to do kind of what they did in this event.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll walk you guys through the event, basically what happened.
Yeah, because I didn't get to watch it.
I didn't get to watch it either. I just saw the reaction.
The reactions, we'll get into that. That was fun. First of all, the event, we weren't really told anything, so you didn't know anything that was happening. All we knew is that there was a $40 price tag to watch the live stream.
Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view, yeah.
Oh,
$40.
Jesus.
Wow. Which is a little steep, you know.
Eat your heart out, Jake Paul.
And we were, YouTube boxing now, JoJo event, please. But it was, so it was a pay-per-view, and we weren't told anything before. Right. We were just told it's going to be
the biggest event in JoJo history.
At an echo, at a reverb to
As if they don't say that for every event.
You know how they are in Japan. I feel like they hype things up way beyond belief.
Of course.
And again, we weren't told anything. So essentially what happened was that they did kind of a game show kind of thing in the start with some of the voice actors. So every main character, Joseph. If you don't know JoJo, don't really worry about it. It's not important. Basically, the voice actors, they quizzed them about the show. It's kind of like meh game show.
It's basic Japanese TV variety.
It was basically like Family Feud, but with the JoJo character, which actually sounds really good, actually. I could make that. I want to watch that.
How well did you do in the quiz?
Well, I didn't. We'll get into this, actually.
Okay.
And then, it was cool. And then the voice actors performed some of their scenes, which was the best part. Really.
Yeah.
They would do, they would all do the most dramatic scene from their respective part in the show, which is really good. And then in the end, they announced it, and it went over the time. So it was supposed to be a 2-hour event. And my God, did they talk a lot. They very much, it wasn't fast. It was let's just talk about the show, talk about the scenes. How did the scenes make you feel? Tell us about it. And it was fine. It was fine. But there was a few things that were noteworthy about the event. The first of all is that the subtitles were unusable, unreadable, awful.
Why is that?
So this was a live event.
Yeah.
But a live event that was pre-broadcast.
Yeah.
Like pre-recorded.
Yeah, it was all not broadcast. Sorry, pre-recorded. Right. Totally. Yeah. It was. I'm not sure if it was intentionally going to be...
So it's a live playback, in other words.
It's a live replaying.
They basically just made a YouTube premiere.
Right? Yeah.
Well, right? I mean, that's basically it, right?
It was edited like a live Japanese TV show, where it was very minimal, I guess minimal in terms of Japanese editing and stuff on screen.
Bro, next time we do a Trash Taste special, that we got to make that pay-per-view now, man.
We do. We should be what are we doing? We're fucking dumb. Just giving it for free? What?
And it's self-funded?
Oh my God. We're smart.
Losing out on our money.
So yeah, it was $40.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, for a live event.
Yeah.
It's a bit hefty. Yeah.
I mean, you could buy a whole season of JoJo on DVD for that or something, right?
You can buy 4 episodes of a JoJo on Blu-ray for that, And don't get me wrong, the event was very good. It was very well made, but it was just tragic because, how many events charge $40 for you to watch them?
Not a lot. I mean, maybe a concert of a mid-ranged artist is $40, right? But
online though,
not online.
I think boxing events are the only thing.
Yeah, I feel like boxing
there.
Ones are the only ones that maybe wrestling. Although I'm not I don't watch wrestling. But. No. Those are the ones I think of. Yeah, when but usually it's high pay-per-view price.
Yeah, usually it's if you're paying $40, you have it's a in-person experience, right? Most of the time, I would like to think.
But with boxing as well, they do it online as well, and it's always a fucking $80.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, I feel like with boxing, it's different to a lot of other sporting events because people you're building up months and months to this one moment, whereas other things like football or basketball, there's constant matches throughout a season, right? But with boxing, you have one event that people build up months to, and that's it. So I can understand the pay-per-view price or that model kind of in that kind of sense.
And boxing fans are hardcore as
this
well.
is where I think, like, do I not understand the Japanese market enough? Because I'm like, is this like the same level as a international boxing event in Japan? Like this JoJo event? Is it like the same level of like everyone's stopping what they're doing now?
Right.
Well, JoJo fans are.
Yeah, but I wonder. I wonder if this is like, is this the price is this high because they're banking on JoJo fans being as dedicated as they are,
Yeah.
which they are.
Yeah.
Or is it that they think it's that big of an event in general in Japan?
I mean,
that they're charging that?
I feel
I don't
like
know.
I feel like it's a Japanese business model, period. Because I feel like it's the only country that can sell Blu-rays for like hundreds of dollars for like 4 episodes sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
For a special edition, and people here will still buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And watching this live event was fun because the live tweets were quite interesting. People were not very happy.
Right. On the English side.
It was really on the English side. It was really interesting seeing how all the negativity got wiped away the moment that like part 6 was announced. And everyone's like, guys, it's worth it. The event was worth it.
2 hours of shit sucks.
Yeah.
I sleep.
Well, yeah, because so essentially, right, it was pre-recorded, so this could have been subtitled properly.
Yeah.
It's not, you can get budget subtitles and translations done, for this kind of length. Like, we get subtitles done for the podcast. And I think to get the podcast captioned, it's like $150 an episode. But if you wanted to translate it, I think it would be into Japanese for like an episode like this, which I think is around the same length, is like maybe like $800.
Yeah.
So it's not, in terms of a big business, $800 for that kind of thing, for like low end translating. Probably not that much,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
exactly.
But instead they decided for some reason to do auto-generated subtitles. And
It's never a good sign.
there was like people were just posting screenshots of the subtitles where it's like, I'm gonna kill a kid or something was one of them, or something like really funny out of context. Like it was just really bad.
Yeah.
To the point where it was like, this is unwatchable if you
Right.
don't know any Japanese.
Yeah.
Like the subtitles were so bad, and it was just like, I just wondered why. Like, this is such a good event. Like, you have if you're a JoJo fan, this event was amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff that if it was on YouTube, it had like 5 million views guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, do you think they even thought about the international audience, or were they just
No, of
really
course not.
marketing towards the Japanese audience?
I don't think they were.
Because like even me living in Japan, I only heard about it like the day before, and that's because
Yeah.
you fucking posted about
Yeah.
it. Like I did not know, like this wasn't talked about at all on my timeline, at least, or I didn't know about it until just as it was happening.
Yeah.
If this was an event, right, where it was only really you were only able to pay in yen, you were only able to buy it from a Japanese website.
Yeah.
I would be like, that's a fair argument. You went on the Japanese
Yeah.
website,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
went out of your way to pay in the currency, and
You're expected
you
to listen
translate-
to it in Japanese.
you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah.
And for
Yeah.
some super fans, if they don't understand a word, that's fine. But for me, it was like, all right, so they're premiering the show in like Singapore, US specifically. They have a website in English.
Right.
They're
Right.
charging you in dollar, and they're telling you that it's going to be subtitled. I think it's kind of fucked up. Like, again, the
Yeah.
event was great, and it's just so sad that they I feel like they mislead people a bit.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely.
Like,
I mean, when have automated subtitles ever worked?
they barely work for captioning the
Yeah.
language that they're doing.
Yeah.
They barely work for our own language when we upload it on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
There's auto subtitles.
Like, what were they thinking? This is-
Yeah.
and it's been known to be one of the hardest languages to translate into
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
I think
Completely different grammatically.
I think in terms of cost per per minute of translating, Japanese to English is one of the most expensive
I'm not surprised by
because
that.
it's the
yeah.
hardest, and,
Yeah.
and there's not many people that can do it.
Well, it's grammatically completely different as well.
Right. So then, who decided that they should be like, this is a great idea, and we're going to charge $40 for this?
I mean, I would think for a $40 price, you would get like more professional subtitles.
100%.
Like because I guess this is the first I'm hearing about this, but like when I hear live events, I think you understand there's some leeway in an actual live event
right.
where it's happening right as it's airing, right? But if
right.
it was pre-recorded, then yeah, I mean, you could have.
there was
done
nothing
some
about this
subtitles.
show that needed to be live.
Yeah.
There was no aspects of it that required a live
Well,
audience.
if it's
live.
pre-recorded, then like it's not
There's
like
no excuse.
it's not like the host can interact with the chat or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
So you're telling me you paid $40 just to see a Part 6 announcement?
And I do it again, Gon.
JoJo fans.
JoJo fans in a nutshell.
Pay for something I would have got like 5 minutes later anyway, but I don't know. I sat down, I was like, this isn't worth $40.
Yeah.
Just the subtitles. The subtitles it's like, at what point is it like do I need a refund? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how bad do the subtitles have to be where it's like, I can't understand anything that's being said?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's worthy of a refund, right? Like you paid for something that you didn't even really understand.
Yeah, yeah.
And they didn't even like give you the chance to try and understand.
It's really
right?
unfortunate
Like,
as well because people were like dogging on them on Twitter, and then the JoJo anime account tweeted out being like, "Hey guys," because there was a lot of people streaming it on Twitch,
Right.
And they were like, "Guys, please don't pirate it." And then there was one. This is like, I feel like as a company, you should never ever say this. You should never ever say the words, "There is no excuse to pirate,"
Right.
Because
Right.
I guarantee within 10 seconds there is going to be 10 people with 10 semi-decent reasons why they pirated it. So, for example, this is terrible. So this show was only available in the US, Singapore, and I think a few other Asian countries.
Yeah.
No Europe. No
Okay.
Europe at all, right? No, none of the other American countries, nothing.
not even Canada.
Not even Canada.
Yeah.
So they were like, they in this tweet, they said there is no excuse to pirate this thing.
Yeah.
And then in brackets they said, sorry for the territory limitations. And I'm thinking like, what?
Oh no.
So what is a European fan supposed to do?
Yeah.
Every European just unanimously was like,
as a European, what am I supposed to do? Tell me what I'm supposed to do.
just be born better.
Just fly to
be
America?
born.
What do you-
Just be born in a better country.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean,
Come
like,
on.
Obviously, I'm not promoting piracy.
Yeah.
But there is a way as a company that you can word things or go about it.
Just fly to Asia so you can watch it from Asia during a pandemic.
What do you mean?
Just live in Japan. Just live
Come
in
on,
it's
you like
easy.
anime? Just live in
Yeah.
Japan.
It's so frustrating because it feels like
I mean, it feels like this.
You get
this
shafted.
argument, yeah. I mean, I feel like companies should already have a understanding that like territory limitations are like, in my opinion, the biggest reason why people pirate,
Absolutely.
right? And it's been like this since fucking the internet was invented, basically.
like lost media. I firmly believe you should be able to, if it's abandonware or completely lost. Or there's no, I honestly I think that's okay to pirate. I don't like.
Yeah.
Why would that not be okay?
Like-
no
like-
one has a stake in this anymore.
Yeah, like
It's literally
isn't like PlayStation or Sony shutting down the PS3, PSP, and PS Vita stores
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
So like even though like because I own a PS Vita, and when I heard that I was like, shit, what if there's a game that I want on the PS Vita? I don't know what it is now, but like I'm not going to be able to obtain it. It's just lost media now, right?
Yeah.
And if you're not going to make it readily available, then someone's got to archive this, and it's a gray area, but I feel like there is there is a reason why people do want to pirate and do want to like archive this stuff. And
Yeah, there's definitely like it's not a matter of like, oh, there's no excuse to pirate, when it's like, no, there really is an excuse to pirate because it's literally the only way I'll ever be able to get a hand on it, right?
I mean, it's like if you would get someone who gets into your product who never would have been able to and never would have had a chance to.
Yeah.
Right. And again, with this live stream, it's like, why is this live stream only in some countries? Like, is it because they're perhaps showing scenes from the anime? Is it probably a license? It probably is actually.
It's probably a
license.
licensing thing, but still, it's like.
But still, it's a live stream, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like you can't get it in every country. You know?
I mean, I feel like that kind of mentality just hasn't adapted to just how the internet works and just how the community works now in 2021 or even fucking 2010.
Yeah, because all the laws are just completely
all
outdated. and
all like
copyright law is
all like the
fucked.
all like the laws are like completely outdated because they're all laws that are made for like television broadcasts and stuff like that, right?
Especially in Japan.
Yeah, especially in Japan, it just wasn't.
I mean, we don't even
designed.
have fair use laws here.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it's. I feel like at least in the US there is a mentality of, okay, well, technically, live streaming a game and not paying the for a license to do that is technically, legally speaking, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But all the US companies just kind of agreed it's beneficial, let them do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like
exactly.
in Japan that thing doesn't really happen.
No,
There's there's not really a thing of it's beneficial, so let them do it. It's just another, it's like when you get events like this, you're just reminded that, you're another one of those anime fans, being a Westerner that, they don't care about you.
I feel like the mentality is slowly. I mean, it took this long for it to change with like Western companies, so God knows how long it's going to change with Japanese
It is
companies.
changing at a fucking snail's pace. That's for sure.
I mean, I would say at least Japanese companies know that we exist now. That's the biggest difference, right? Because imagine like 5 years ago where they had a American or they had like an English site to promote a Japanese live stream.
Yeah.
You know, we are taking very small steps. You
We've
know,
gone
it's-
from snail mail to dial-up email.
Yeah.